Alright, hey you guys, it's Wilmer, and I'm coming to you guys with a double action figure review. So as you guys can tell, we are reviewing the Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales and the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Gwen. And I know I said I was going to take a picture of my figure display, but I'm actually going to do that in a separate video so you guys can see it, because you guys did end up seeing that in like, what was it, 3-4 videos ago. So I'm gonna wait, but we have gotten more figures. So for now, here's the side of the box. Let's just get started. Side of the box, you got the images from the movie. I think I might have to keep the boxes. I'm not even gonna lie. And then we got the back of the box. And well, I'll zoom in so you guys can actually see the bios for each. So here's Miles. We'll do Miles first. So looking on there, zoom into the bio there. You guys can read that. Now we can do Gwen. And, well, yeah, I mean, they're the other figures from the wave. I'm not going to get them all. I just really mainly wanted the Spider-Verse characters. So, with that, here's the other side of the box. This also, because Spider-Gwen does also come with SpiderHam, so it's a triple figure review, quote, air quoting it, because Spider-Ham doesn't really count as a figure, no real articulation. But yeah, we got their names at the bottom, spot varnish Into the Spider-Verse logo at the top, build a figure stilt man, as you guys know. So yeah, I'm gonna take these figures out and then we're gonna look. So here are the accessories out of the packaging. Well, let's just start off with Miles' accessories. And if you guys look at this head sculpt, it has a paint rub, and I think that's like, can't tell. Let me see on camera if you guys can tell. Is it sticking out? Nah, then it's just paint rub on his forehead. But besides that, oh my gosh, it looks like it's straight out the movie. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. That is pretty awesome. I mean, besides all that on the face, because I mean, you guys see the paint rub on the cheeks too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there's paint rub on the cheeks, but besides that, this looks pretty dope. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The way this figure, the head sculpt came out. This is just the unmasked head, and then if you look at the masked head, it just looks straight out the movie. That's the thing about these Into the Spider-Verse figures as well, is that they look straight out of the movies when you like look at them. Oh, and on the subject of that, Miles, the ball peg is inside the head for both heads. So if you look at this head, you're gonna see a ball peg there. Same thing here. Oh, yep, same thing there. And then they do both come with the same amount of interchangeable hands. Well, the same pair of interchangeable hands as well. Let me see if I can get this in focus. Come on, focus. So they both do come with fisted hands. It's two sets of fisted hands and once a set of fisted hands and a set of thwipping hands. So here's the fisted hands for Miles and the thwipping hands. His hands are pretty small, but I do understand why. He is this pretty small figure. Then here we have Gwen's head sculpts. This is her masked head sculpt, which I personally think came out phenomenally. This, I don't see any paint rub on it, and not even on the inside of the mask, where you would expect paint rub because, come on, focus. That came out beautifully. And even her hood, too. I feel like they put more effort into this. I probably just grabbed, I should have paid attention to the face. There's multiple Miles when I went and found them. But, man, this head sculpt on Gwen. I'm really debating whether I should have her with or without the mask. Oh my gosh, that head sculpt came out. Oh, that's such a nice head sculpt. They even got her eyebrow ring, if you guys do see that right. Focus. Yep, you guys see that? Oh my gosh, these figures just came out pretty dope. Like, obviously, Spider-Gwen's gonna have just plain white hands. And a set of flipping hands. Same thing as Miles. So, without further ado, let's get into the figure. So here are the figures out of the packaging, and man, do they look good. I was just playing around with Miles and everything, getting them set up for this moment in the video, and oh my gosh, I am okay. So the only thing I've noticed, they gave Miles the female figure treatment, which is where they give him single jointed elbows, which I honestly do not mind at all, because man, does it look good. I mean, before we do anything, let's just get SpiderHam out the way. Obviously he looks straight out the movie. I will do a comparison between him and the Venom Wave SpiderHam. But let me just get the articulation out of the way after this. But yeah, I mean, head sculpt looks pretty good. Honestly, I can't really say much about it. It's a tiny figure, doesn't move his arms. All he does is 360 on head, and he has neck pivot. That's it. And then towards the end of the review, I will sand them side by side with the other SpiderHam figure that I do have. But SpiderHam aside, no disrespect towards SpiderHam, but the SpiderHam figures we've gotten, we haven't really gotten too much good from them. But who do I start with? Eeny, meeny, Miles. Gwen. We're starting with Gwen. We're saving the best for last. So we're going to put Miles aside. And let's just start off with Gwen, shall we? I mean, I don't have a ruler right now, but I'll grab one for the size and everything. There he goes. So here's Gwen, just out of the packaging. I forget that her head is it's the hood that you got to move. The head is attached to the hood. But man, does this figure look good? I don't know. For me, it's just, this is gonna be my first Spider-Gwen figure. This is only the second female figure I have. The Jessica Drew figure, Spider-Woman, went missing. Ultimate Jessica Drew. So yeah, I don't got that no more. I do still have Anya Corazon, who is Spider-Girl, black suit, obviously. But man, this Spider-Gwen looks good. I've been wanting a Spider-Gwen. I missed out on the original Miles and Spider-Gwen 2-pack when it was on sale at Target too. But here they are, or here she is. Overall, let's just take a look at the paint deco, paint and all that. Man. Okay, so the feet came out good. Obviously, it's just pretty much black with white accents, and then when you head towards the top, it's just more white accents. The white is really bright for the camera. I think that's probably from me, but you guys see that it has a little brown, but I don't know. But the webbing design on her arm came out pretty clean, if I do say so myself. I mean, pretty darn clean. I'm going to do the articulation segment later. You guys know that. We are always going to do the articulation segment after we look at the figure, the deco on the head again. Man, does this figure look good or what? I noticed that they stopped the webbing design halfway through the hood. At the top, you're not going to notice, but if you look on the inside, it stops halfway through, which, it's okay. I mean, it's not really going to be something you notice when you have it on display. But man, this figure looks good. Geez, man, I don't know. I'm just I really like this figure. Great for to put her in the Spider-Verse display. I might give you guys an update on that, might not. Who knows? But man, does this figure look good. Oh, there she goes. But now, let's review Miles, shall we? There goes SpiderHam. Now here's Miles. Oh my gosh, Miles looks great. And there's a lot going on with Miles. That's why I saved him for last, best for last and everything. Because there's so much going on with this figure that it's just kind of why review him first and just get... We're going to get the articulation out of the way. But if you look in the jacket... Obviously, you got the spray painted logo, which, for something that they had to make it look spray painted, it really does look spray painted. Man, that looks good. Looks good. I mean, it's a little faint right here where you guys see my thumbs at. But man, does this look good. Even the head sculpt, it's like, okay, I get it. They didn't paint the red lines because I'm going to have to rewatch the movie, or I'm going to put a picture on the side right here. So, but I don't think that in the movie he had the red lines like the comic accurate version. Got the serial number. He's got the pockets in the back for his shorts. He's got, I guess these are supposed to be his Jordan 1s. Oh my gosh, man. Let's just start at the bottom, shall we? Okay, so you do see that the paint came over on both sneakers. So yeah, that sucks a little bit. I mean, then obviously we're moving on up to his shorts, which this looks dope. I don't know how I'm gonna have them displayed on the setup, but this is awesome. Yeah, we got the shorts. I mean, not really much to say about the shorts. They're just a navy blue color. The belt, though, they did get that silver sheen on the belt. Let me see if they... Hold on, let's see. Yeah, they just got... There it is, the silver sheen. And they also got it on the belt, end right here. You guys see that? They have silver right there as well, which is pretty dope. I mean, besides the back pockets... Oh, his bats, they don't have a spider logo on the back, but that's fine. The jacket, though, this is what I'm really impressed with kind of like the most, and what kind of just drew me more to the figure is the fact that his jacket looks straight out the movie. And it's like 2 layers. You got obviously, like, you see it cuts off right there, but it's got the 2 layers, you know what I'm saying? And it looks, like he's wearing a hoodie and then a jacket over the hoodie, which is awesome. Like, man, this figure came out great. I'm like really impressed with what Hasbro did here. This figure is, as far as movie accurate figures go, this figure takes the cake, man. Oh my gosh. And I thought Peter B. Parker looked cool. Man, having this Miles in hand is just, okay, like I can't help but want to pose this figure. And I know he had this little marking thing on his, in the movie. So that's what kind of just makes things even better as well, is that they're bringing back things that we saw in the movie, which, man, does this look good. I just keep saying that, but it's a good looking figure. That's all I can really say. It's like, geez. But now we're going to get into the articulation segment. And then, yeah, my overall thoughts. Actually, then we're going to do the SpiderHam comparison. So, yeah. Okay, I lied. Before we get the articulation out of the way, I just want to do a SpiderHam comparison now. Get it over with. So here we have the comic accurate SpiderHam that came with the Build-A-Figure Monster Venom wave, and the new SpiderHam. Honestly, what is this? This SpiderHam came with the body. And that's kind of like the only reason he was kind of like desired at the time, I guess, is because he came with the body to the Monster Venom. But the articulation is pretty lacking. But as far as, scale-wise, I feel like he's too small. But if we were to compare this SpiderHam to Miles, again, this is the size he should be. That's what I think personally. This is just too small, and there's no articulation in the hands, and all he has is, like, head movement. At least this one, he had a diaphragm joint. You can move his feet. He had single-jointed elbows and all that. And I am comparing a lot to this figure. But I'm just saying, it's like, they did so much for this figure, they could have done it for the new SpiderHam, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, hey. Can't complain. Another SpiderHam figure for the collection. So now we're doing the articulation, so Spider-Gwen can look up without moving the diaphragm. Come on. She can look up that much, look down that much. She does have 360 on head motion. No neck, slight neck pivot, not too much. Her arms do go all the way. They go up that far. That's pretty dang far. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not think it'd go up that far. Obviously, they do 360. She's got a single jointed elbow that also rotates at the elbow. I don't know what you call that. She does have wrist peg, so it does swivel, and it does a 360. So now we're on to the diaphragm joint. She does have side-to-side motion. I mean, nothing under here. She does have, she does kick forward that far. Actually, let me do it with the other leg. She kicks forward this far, kicks back that far. She's got an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees that do not reach her back. She's got an calf rotation, and she does have ankles that move down, up, and ankle pivot. Now let's do Miles. Same one take. Let's go. So Miles, we're just gonna start off. He looks up that far, looks down that far. He has visible neck pivot. That looks great. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let me stop. I'm enjoying this figure too much. His arms do go up that far, come down. Obviously do a 360. Single jointed elbow that also rotates. But I don't know if it's just me, but this looks like a new peg system for the figures. But yep. Obviously it has elbow swivel. His wrist is on a hinge, so it does move forward or move back, move inward, and does 360. He does have an ab crunch, so he can crunch forward that far, crunch back without moving the legs, crunch back that far. And then he does have what is this? Don't want to say it's I guess, I don't know, is this like pelvis? Pelvis, he does have pelvis rotation, and he can tilt sideways with that, which helps with the articulation a lot. And, that does allow him to do 360, and you can get him into more dynamic poses that way. His leg does kick out that far. You would think the shorts hinder a lot, but they really don't. And he kicks back that far. He doesn't have an upper thigh cut that I know of. Actually, he does. It's inside the shorts, though. Okay, he does. He has upper thigh cut, but it's inside the shorts because I'm holding the knees, but it's rotating. You see? So you can actually, he does have an upper thigh cut. Obviously, double jointed knees that you would think, again, the pants would hinder it, but they don't. Or the shorts would hinder it, but they don't. He does not have calf rotation, but into shoes, he can move, ankle joints move down, up, and they have that beautiful ankle pivot. Here we do have Miles doing his signature. Hey, and then I'm going to just put SpiderHam there because he is part of this anyway. I'm not going to review the Stiltman Build-A-Figure pieces because I'm not really interested in the Build-A-Figure Stiltman. But man, what can I say about these figures except just go out and buy them. Go out and buy them. These figures were totally worth it. I do truly, genuinely believe, go buy these figures. And look, Gwen comes with a little SpiderHam. So what's not to like about it? Honestly, I do recommend you guys go get these figures. If you guys are out and you guys see them, pick them up. They are worth it. And I did realize that if you do get your I'm pretty sure you can get this, head sculpt out of there. So you can have her with the hood down, but the mask on. So you could do that. There they go. There you go. But again, I do recommend you get these figures. Honestly, what can I say? I've enjoyed. I literally just took Miles out of the box, out of the packaging, and I just can't stop posing him. And they do have him. I just realized that. I realized it earlier, but I didn't mention it. The face he's doing is the face he makes when he's trying to say "hey." You know what I'm saying? In the movie. Yeah. So there's this. Honestly, I can't stop posing this Miles figure. I'm gonna try to get another flight stand. I have to pose him in more. Get him in more of a dynamic pose, probably swinging, or I want to have him on the back of the wall where I have my figures like this, probably with the mask on, and have him you remember that scene where he jumps off the building? Yeah. So I want to have him like that, probably like that. Again, I can't stop posing this figure. Gwen, I haven't really touched her much more just due to the fact that I've been wanting a Miles figure for the longest, and I know this isn't the comic accurate Miles, And here's the funny thing. I ordered a Miles online and it was supposed to come. It said delivered. When I went outside to check, it wasn't, and apparently it got delivered to the wrong house and they couldn't do anything about it, which really bothered me. Yeah, no. But man, the head sculpt on this Gwen, I can't really deny this. She does have neck pivot. I forgot to mention with the other head sculpt, the neck pivot is more noticeable, and she looks up a lot more. But man, oh my gosh, both of these figures are just really cool. And I do recommend you pick up these figures if you guys see them out in the wild, because it's worth it. Why not get a Gwen and a Miles? Especially the Miles. The Miles is... This is dope. Honestly, like, go pick up these figures. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, it's been Wilmer.